Greetings, beloved. This is Apostle Eddie. Thank you for tuning in. We are still on the subject by the future. And today I want us to look at the very sad but interesting story of a man who had birthrights by law. And he decided to sell his birthrights over a bowl of soup. Now, it's a story of Jacob and Esau. Esau was a hunter. And one day, he came back very hungry. And he found his brother cooking some soup. And he said to his brother, "Can I have some of your soup?" And Jacob said to him, "Yes, you will have my soup if you give me your birthrights." And Esau looked at it and he was hungry and he said, "What is birthrights after all? I'm about to die of hunger." He said, "I will give you my birthrights." And Jacob was wise enough to say, "I want you to make an oath. In other words, I want you to sign on the dotted line before I give you my soup that you are transferring your birthrights to me." And Esau made an oath that I am giving you my birthrights. And to him, that was something small, something that doesn't matter. He was not thinking of his future. Remember, birthrights in those days, according to the law, your father's inheritance belongs to you. And the remainder of his inheritance will be given to the rest of your siblings. Number two, birthrights meant that the blessing of the father will be released on the one who has the birthrights. And number three, the name of the family will be carried by the one who has a blessing of the father. So Jacob knew about those things. He was thinking about those things. But Esau despised his birthrights. And later when Isaac was old, he called for Esau and he said, "Please prepare me my favorite meal so that I can release a blessing on you." And the mother overheard and he said to Jacob, "You've got to take this. It's yours." And we know the story that Isaac blessed Jacob instead of his elder son Esau. And later when Esau discovered that the blessing was taken, he was bitter. He cried to his father. And his father said, "There's nothing I can do. Your brother has already received that blessing." And Esau was so bitter that he planned in his heart that he wanted to kill his brother. And his brother had to escape. And then he went to Haran. Now, what is the lesson we are learning from this story? Is that we should never satisfy an immediate need and harm our future. Sometimes there are things that we feel we want to do them now. Before you commit, you've got to think about the future. How will this decision affect my future? If you want to buy a car now that you don't afford, think about the interest rates you are going to pay. Think about the money you are going to lose. And they might come and repossess the car. Think about the clothes you wear, you don't afford. The house you are living in, you don't afford. Sometimes you've got to really take time and plan your life properly. But in most cases, we are living our lives because we want to impress people around us. We want to show what we can do. And there are those people who want to satisfy an instant gratification. They want to gratify that need that they have, and they don't care about the future. But if you really want to have a bright and successful future, I'm encouraging you, child of God, that plan your life. Because if you don't plan your life and sell your birthrights, you are going to suffer. Later we see Jacob in Haran working for his uncle. And something happened that his uncle looked at things around his homestead, that he started to get blessed. He started to get wealthy. And he knew that the reason he was getting blessed and wealthier is because he has somebody who has a blessing on him, Jacob. And he called Jacob and he said to him, "I know that I'm blessed because of you." And Jacob said to him, "Yes, you've got to pay me well." And he said, "What do you want me to do?" And he said, "All the animals that are in your flock that are spotted, I want them to be a remuneration to me. And the scripture tells us that Laban, being a wicked man, decided to take all the males that were spotted with his sons. They sent them away from the rest of the flock. And Jacob was left with animals that had no spots. But because the blessing of God was upon him, he knew how to navigate difficult times. Just like now, we need to know how to navigate these difficult economic times. And I'm saying to you, God will take care of you if you know that you have not sold your birthrights. If you know that the blessing of God is upon you, you can survive this most difficult time. You can survive this lockdown because you have been investing in the future. Investing in the future is not only in terms of material things, but it's to plan your life. You know, God is giving us ideas. In most cases, we reject those ideas because we want to satisfy an immediate need. I mean, there are a lot of young people who decided to drop out of school because they were looking at some of their peers who were already driving, who were already working, and they think this cool thing is wasting my time. Let me go out there and make some money. There are a lot of people who were supposed to be investing money, but they started spending instead of investing. Let me say to you, if you don't invest, you're not going to have any return. And investing, I'm not talking only in terms of investing money, but also investing in yourself. You know, if you are skilled, there are a lot of people who are as skilled as you. And there's a lot of competition in the market. And the only thing that can make you to be a head above the rest is investing in your skill. If you are a musician, you make sure that you invest in your skill. Make sure that you train yourself, you get more softwares, you listen to other musicians, and you up your skill so that you can be the best in your game. But a lot of us are lazy. And life doesn't reward people who are lazy. If you are lazy, you are not going to eat anything. But if you decide to say, you know what, there can be 100 other soccer players, but I am going to work hard and I am going to be the best. Take time and invest in your calling. God bless you. Thank you for watching.